Hello and welcome to the Hamarikyu garden. I'm in Tokyo, obviously, and today in late February we will see if we can catch some nice plum blossoms here. I'm Annika, I'm your garden guide in Tokyo and around. And Hamarikyu is famous for its plum blossoms, but also for the flower fields and the cherry blossoms. As you can see here, the cherries are still far from flowering, even though in other parts of Tokyo early varieties are already in bloom. Unfortunately, the weather today is not so nice. The weather forecast said that at around 1 p.m., which is now, the sun should come out, but later the forecast shifted to sunny weather from 3 p.m. But I can't wait 2 more hours. So you will have to live with gray sky, even though this garden is most beautiful in winter when the sky is blue. I will show you later. I am on a schedule today, so I will kind of rush through the garden and not see everything. But we will visit the main part and the plum blossoms. I feel kind of stupid today. It's the first time I have my second camera with me, and it's attached to my cap on my head. So everyone will see that I am the weird foreigner with 2 cameras walking through the garden. But I had lately that my first camera deleted the footage or part of the footage, and today I want to make sure everything is there. So yeah, well, I have to live with that feeling today. We are now entering the central part of the garden, the pond area. There are 3 tea houses next to the pond and 1 tea house on the middle island. And the pond is a saltwater pond, a tidal pond. You will see soon that there are algae growing in the pond. That's because it's not a freshwater pond. But first let's have a look into this tea house. Oh, you can see me, how stupid I look. This tea house was made with really high-class materials, very expensive, and in the original manner from the Edo period. So they put a lot of work into the rebuilding of this tea house. It's called the Matsuno Ochaya, the pine tea house. The tea house over there is the Tsubame tea house, and we will only see it from afar today. This bridge is a 180-meter long wooden bridge, and due to be made out of wood, it has to be rebuilt regularly. And they just did it last year, end of last year. So the last time I was here, this was a big construction site, but now it's open again. It will be aging. You can see they didn't do any oil stain or anything on the wood, so it will change color gradually. Over there next to the tea house, we will walk over that bridge too. You can see how it will look like in a few months. The fish having fun. Because this is a saltwater pond with a connection to Tokyo Bay, there are of course also fish from Tokyo Bay living in this pond. The bridge over there is the oldest wooden construction here. So this is how it will look like when it's really aged. I do not even know when they redid it the last time. The bamboo fence was also renewed last year. I still remember this higher one here looking really bad one of the last times I visited. But now it's new and shiny again, and it will be given time to age again, like this bamboo fence. Here you can see this bridge looks a little bit more gray. I think they did this one here not last year but the year before, something like this. And it will become dark like the bridge over there. Can't see it properly because the pine trees are in front of it. Oh, the people are really looking at me like I'm a fool with my camera. Oh, I hope you appreciate that. Me making a fool out of myself to bring you the beauty of Tokyo's gardens. I really have to think about a different solution because the camera is quite heavy and my cap will not stay on my head if I don't pull in the back. But look at this. Beautiful view. here is another area where you can enjoy cherry blossoms in Hamarikyu. And here's also the place where they have some late flowering cherries. So if you missed the main blossoms in the end of March, beginning of April, you can try here for a few late flowering trees. They also have one of my most favorite varieties here, the Ukon Sakura, which is flowering green, not pink. Over there you can see a construction site. They are removing the grass, so usually everything is covered in grass, just like here. And I asked the gardeners why they are doing that. And in Japan, I can't say for other countries because I haven't worked in other countries with lawn. In Japan, it is common that you put what we call metsushi on top of the grass, like once a year. That can be any kind of soil actually, and it is promoting the grass to cover holes in the lawn. So if you have like a place where the grass is not growing very well, you put metsuchi on it, and then the grass will grow over it and everything will be growing nice and evenly. So when one place is a little bit lower than another one and you want to fill it up, you do it with metsuchi, you just put it on top of the grass. But this leads to one problem. I try to reach a place where I can show it. When you put new soil or sand or anything regularly, like every year, on top of the grass, the whole area will become higher. Here, by the way, is my Ukon Sakura. So over there, the grass already grew 20 centimeters higher than it should be. And you can see it here quite well. So we have the level of the path, but the grass is like 20 centimeters higher already. So over there, they are removing the soil under the grass like 20 centimeters, and then they will put the grass back in place. And all this just to keep the garden as beautiful as it was during the Edo period. Now we will proceed towards the plum blossoms. I have to admit, I already went on the 46th floor of this building and had a view on the garden from the top. And the plum blossoms here in Hamarikyu are still not flowering very nicely, unfortunately. The area where they are planted is a bit shady, and we also have to walk on the side with more shade. So the trees on our side will probably not be in full bloom yet, while in other parts of Tokyo they are. So I did all this from the middle entrance, not the actual entrance, so you will probably come into the garden to here in 18 minutes. We have by far not seen all of this garden. For example, over there is a duck hunting pond. Of course, they are not hunting ducks here anymore. And if you walk here, or the path that is closed now, you would reach the place where the shogun arrived when he visited this garden by ship. Because Hamarikyu was the garden of the shoguns during the Edo period, while all the other big gardens in Tokyo were daimyo gardens. But fortunately, our path is free, so we can proceed to the plum trees. Over there is the place where the ferry arrives. You can, for example, come here from Asakusa or Asakusa by ferry and get off at the garden, but you can't depart from this garden, so you have to leave the common way. Oh, okay, at least here the first trees are flowering very nicely. And here's also where all the people are almost there. There are a lot of different varieties of plum trees. Here we have a light pink, over there's a paler pink, and even a two-colored tree in the very back. It has white flowers at the bottom and pink flowers at the top. I do not know if you can see it. And over here is a more greenish white, the small one. And we also have some plum trees that are really deep pink. I'm sorry, they are having a construction site here. Very bad timing in my opinion, because they should have known. That a lot of people want to visit during plum blossom season. And with this, we are almost at the end. I hope you can hear me, because now I'm right next to the machine on the other side. Here again, the bit greenish white one. And next to it, a pure white one. And the very dark pink ones over there are almost finished. you can see these are darker pink, but almost finished already. And here behind the not flowering cherry tree are the flower fields. In autumn and summer we have cosmos here, and this is granola flowers, and as you can see in the back, they will flower in a nice yellow, which gives a beautiful contrast to the skyscrapers and the usually blue sky in Tokyo's winter. I'm really a bit sad that we missed the blue sky, but I've checked the weather forecast and the next days do not seem to get better, so I just came here today. It looked like the best option, the sun from 1 p.m. But yeah, unfortunately it will not happen today. Okay, here you can have a bit of the feeling how it will look like when the granola is in full bloom on the other side where we just walked. I hope you liked the bit longer walk today. Usually I try to keep it like 15 minutes. Today I didn't make it. Yeah, and if you liked this video, then if you come to Tokyo, book a garden tour with me to learn even more about Tokyo's gardens. Or you can also maybe have a look on our Patreon page, where I am sharing even more knowledge about Japanese gardens in general and also longer videos in Tokyo's gardens. Hope to see you soon. Bye!